'Cause I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea about me. I don't have nothing to hide. I want the world to see. Start right here. For anybody that's watching, right? If you're an artist, maybe you do construction, and maybe you got a wedding coming up. Maybe you need something recorded in a professional way on GOD. To the first 3 people who like, comment, and share, and can tell me how many times on the first show did I say on GOD, AJS Productions, to the first 3. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fly with me now. To the first 3 who can tell me how many times on this episode, this chapter, that I said on GOD, AJS Productions will give you a free video, full edits, whether you do rapping, whether you're a singer, whether you just need something recorded or anything on your craft, or you need it professionally edited. On GOD, AJS Productions will give you a free video shot by AJS Productions. Free video. But you gotta tell me how many times I said on GOD, and you gotta like, comment. I ain't saying subscribe, but you gotta like and comment on GOD. Send it to my DMs. The first 3 on GOD. Now let's get to the show. On today's show, the J Speech Show. But before I can tell you what the segment is on today's show, but you probably already know what the segment is because it's going to be in the title. When life get the life in now, because y'all know life is always going to get the life in. But let me give y'all a quick rundown what to expect on the J Speech Show. I will be conducting interviews with all people from all different sides of the world, whether you're famous, whether you're homeless, whether you're somebody just trying to pay your bills and maintain. I feel like everybody got a story. Everybody can give somebody some knowledge, whether you agree to disagree. But on this show, this specific show right here, if you're watching right now on this show right here, the J Speech Show, the Jamani Speech Show, you're going to get real knowledge. Some days we're going to laugh. We're going to cry. You never know what to expect. Some days it might be funny, some days it might be serious. But even on our roughest days, you always got to embrace the pain. We gonna continue to fly high, no lies. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Welcome to the J Speech Show. Jamani Speech is who I be. J Speech is who I be on GOD. Now let me just give y'all a quick introduction of who I am and where I'm from. I was born in Long Beach, California in 1995. The year of the real G's on GOD. But at the age of 8, 7 or 8, we moved to Las Vegas, Nevada. That is my second home. You know, that's where I kind of put my feet in the water. You know what I'm saying? Got a little bit smarter and a little bit dumber. Life got crazy. You know, life get the life in. But when I was living on the north on GOD, I had the blessings of my grandma to be able to move to the East Coast. That's where I finished my last years of high school at. And you know, from there on, at the age of 18, I was kicked out for buying a car a couple of days after graduation. And that's when life really got the life in for me. But before we get into story time, into the segments, you know what I'm saying, on GOD, we gonna continue to fly high, no lies. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe right now. What you waiting for? What you waiting for? Man, like, comment, subscribe. It's always gonna be a vibe. Always gonna be a vibe. Like I said before, we gonna laugh. Some days we might cry, but we gonna get a lot of knowledge. I'm gonna be conducting interviews with people from all different places, and we're not gonna just keep we're just not gonna focus on the celebrities. You know, it's a lot of people in this world, man, who got stories, real knowledge, real laughs on GLD. I got few interviews coming up, but on this first episode, I could only be me. I'm always gonna be me, because I only can be me. But you ever notice how life always has a way of just lifing? Like everything will be smooth for a minute, bills paid, moves good, plans lined up, and then boom! Life hits you with 3 unexpected things in the same week. Your car start making noise it never made before. Your job suddenly needs you to step up with no extra pay. And somehow your bills is higher than it was last month. Like, God damn, can I get a break on GLD? Then you realize life really be lifing. But here's the real part though. It's just not about the problems, it's about how you move when you show up, because everybody catches these moments. Nobody get a smooth ride the whole time. Sometimes the lessons is prayer and patience, because without no prayer and patience, without no prayer and patience, GLD, it might get a little rougher than you think. Sometimes it's discipline. Sometimes it's just learning how to laugh, so stress do not win. And that's when we go back to, you gotta sometimes embrace the pain. Find the joy in the pain. Because I promise you, prayer, God, prayer, and God. Prayer, God, and prayer. And patience on GLD. So on this week, one of those weeks where life does what it does, just know you're not the only one. Take a break, take a breath, reset, keep moving, because one thing about life, it might start lifing, but you still get to decide how you respond. And today, life got the life in. Today, life got the life in. On God, on GLD. Life get the life in, the plan versus reality. You ever make a perfect plan for the week? You got the schedule together, you wake up early, you're eating better, you save money this week, you're getting your life together, then life shows up like, oh really? Oh really? On GLD, you got the plan all set, everything going smoothly, but life like, oh really? Now your car need gas, somebody need a favor, work ass extra hours, and somehow you're still tired by Wednesday. On GLD. Then you realize life got its own schedule. But don't throw the whole plan away. Adjust, reset, because people that win in life aren't the ones with a perfect plan. They're the ones who keep going when life start lifing. On GLD. So when life get the lifing, keep pushing. Everybody hits a moment where they feel like quitting. It's slow, it's frustrating, and it feels like nothing working yet. And I'm a prime example. So I done been through a lot of things in my life. I ain't saying my story is better than anybody else's story, but at a young age, life got the life and fast for me. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick story time on GLD. I think I was about 19, 19. I thought I knew everything about this world. So when I stepped into this world, I found out that I didn't know shit about this motherfucking world. Excuse my language. I don't know, I'm new to this with the monetizing and the certain words you can use, but this the first show, so we're gonna learn as we go. But I thought I knew everything. So after graduation, I took my graduation money and I had bought me a car. Little did I know, a couple days later, my grandma would kick me smooth out for buying a car with no driver's license. You know what I'm saying? One thing about my grandma, she's strict, she by the rules, she's strict, and that's just the way it is on GLD. But me, I'm like, okay, boom, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I'm ready to be kicked out, but I'm ready, because all I wanted was a car, whether I had a license or not. I'm hard-headed just like my father. You feel me? So fast forward about 2-3 months later, I'm staying with the homie AP. on GLD. And you know, I'm a dog lover. I love dogs, you feel me? I had never had no pet bull before though. So, you know, out of all the things I was going through at that time, when life was lifing for me, on GLD, I had a little bread in my pocket. I had got fired from my job, I think like a month prior, you feel me? So, I had got a check because, you know, after my father passed away, you know, you get the SSI or, you know, you get them checks on GLD. But, so, you know, I had a lot of money in my pocket on GLD. I had a lot of money in my pocket. Not a lot of money, but I had some funds in my pocket. I'm staying with the homie AP. I asked the homie AP, hey, is it cool for me to go get a dog? Like a pet bull, you feel me? He like, man, I ain't tripping, long as you know, take care of it, make sure I go walking and don't mess up the house. You feel me? I'm like, all right, bet. So I went on to Craigslist, right? And you know, back at that time, that's where you go on Craigslist, you can look for a car, house, you feel me? Like Craigslist is like the new way of Facebook Market, before Facebook Market was even thought of, you know? We used to go to Craigslist on GLD. So I go on Craigslist, I find this person that's selling a pet bull, he a baby. I think at that time he wanted like maybe $800 for it. I'm like, bet, cool, I got it. So I called him. He answered the phone, he like, hey, how you doing today? I'm like, good, man, I'm interested in buying a pet bull. He like, that's a bet, man. My schedule a little tight today, but I think I could be available around about 5 or 6 o'clock. I'm like, that's a bet. I'm like, I'm gonna come through, I'm gonna see the dog. If I like the dog, you feel me, everything good, I'm gonna buy the dog. He like, that's all right, bet. So I'm gonna finish running my errands. I'm gonna send you the address and you can meet me at my house around like 5 or 6. I'm like, cool. Where you stay at? Like, what city you stay in? Before he even gave me the address, I just want to know what city you stay in. I'm living in Maryland at the time. He like, Northeast DC. I'm like, all right, bet. Didn't think nothing twice about it. He like, okay, I'm gonna keep you updated throughout the day, but for sure we gonna meet around about 5, 6. I'm like, for sure, on GLD. Nigga, I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna get my first pet, you know, the homie cool with it. On GLD, I ain't thinking about nothing else. All I'm thinking about all day is getting this pet bull on GLD. But you know one thing about me, I'm going into a city where I ain't got a lot of too much knowledge. You feel me? I lived in Maryland for 2 years at this time. You feel me? I finished my last 2 years of high school in Maryland. But I done been in DC millions of times, you feel me? But I ain't never really been in DC, like DC on GLD. So I called one of my close homies at the time, you feel me, with knowledge about the city. I called him, I'm like, hey bro, I'm going to buy a pet bull in Northeast on GLD. I'm like, nigga, can you ride with me? You feel me? He like, all right, bet. So, you know, as time go, I'm texting old boy. I'm like, hey bro, you know what I'm saying? It's getting close to, 5. He like, man, I'm almost done with my errands. And you know, that was the first red flag on GLD. It wasn't the first red flag, but it was the first red flag because, you know, he sounded like a white boy. You get what I'm saying? But I knew he was black, but you know, you got some black people who sound like they black, but they kind of like white in the inside. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, if you know, you know on GLD. So I'm not thinking nothing twice of it, but you know, I want the homie to ride with me because he got knowledge on DC, just in case anything might go wrong. You feel me? That's just how I move. So, you know, Dre pulled up. I'm like, you ready? He like, all right, bet. He like, nigga, what part of the Northeast you going to? I'm like, shit, I don't know, nigga. I just got the address. I'm about to put the address and we finna get the pet bull. He like, all right, man, on GLD. So we drive into DC. All I'm thinking about is this pet bull. On God, that's all I'm thinking about. I got the money. You feel me? I'm excited. At this time, the artist that I was listening to was Flo the E-Show Hero. If you know about Flo the E-Show Hero from New Orleans, signed to Cash Money at one point in time. No, not Cash Money, Young Money on GLD. Young Money or Cash Money, I got to look back into it, I'm not sure. But he was signed with Lil Wayne at one point in time, and at that time, I was listening to Flo. He had dropped the mixtape Withdrawals on GLD. So, we driving, we get into the city. You know, one thing about DC, you could be in a good area and then bend the corner and the whole area change on GLD. So we drive and we get into the city, right? And I brought my boy because he got knowledge in the city. You feel me? He originally from Northeast DC. So boom, I hit the corner. He like, man, where you say you getting this dog again from? I said, nigga, I don't know. He just said Northeast. I said, man, I done talked to him a couple times on the phone. He sound like good people. He don't sound like he don't know bullshit or nothing like that. You feel me? He like, man, all right, Mo. All right, man, I don't know. So, we driving, and as we driving through Northeast, all I see is white people. You feel me? I'm in the neighborhood, look good. But, we still got about 5 minutes before we get to where we going. Boom, I've been a corner, been another corner, been another corner, the whole neighborhood changed on G-O-D. The first thing the homie tell me, he like, hey, man, this ain't the area. I look at him like, man, nigga, stop being a little bitch on G-L-D. I look at him, he look back at me, I'm like, nigga, stop being a little bitch on G-L-D. I'm going to get this pit bull. Nigga, I done talked to him on the phone a couple times, bro. He not on that. He like, man, cuz I'm trying to tell you, Mo, on G-O-D, this is not the area, bro. You feel me? They known for nothing but flocking in this neighborhood. I said, I don't give a damn who gonna flock me over a pit bull, bro. I ain't trying to listen to shit you're saying. You know what I'm saying? On G-O-D, is you either gonna get out the car with me, nigga, and come with me, or not, nigga. At the end of the day, that's all I'm on, because my head is so on getting this pit bull. You feel me? So we pulled up. Off my instincts, and DC is kind of hard. In certain parts of DC, it's kind of hard to find somewhere to park. So I'm in the neighborhood, but I wind up parking like a couple blocks from the building I was supposed to meet bro at. He gave me the building, he gave me the apartment number on G-O-D. We sitting in the car, Dre, he in my ear again. He like, man, bro, I don't know, something just telling me this ain't right, bro. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to hear that, bro. And then he taking his sweet time. I'm like, I'm ready to get out the car, you feel me? I got the money, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna go meet bro. He gave me the apartment number. I'm like, nigga, is you coming? He like, yeah, I'm coming, but he taking too long. So I'm like, nigga, just meet me at the apartment building. Meet me at the apartment building on G-O-D. So I get out the car. He's still in the car. As I'm walking, you feel me? I look back, he's still in the car, you know what I'm saying? But he know where the apartment building at. So as I'm walking up the street, I got my eyes on the apartment building. I'm texting bro like, hey, I'm walking up to the building. I'm about to be at your door in like 5 minutes. You feel me? Because I parked I parked a couple blocks from where the actual apartment building was at. Now, as I'm walking up, it's these kids that's sitting on the stool on G-O-D. They sitting on the stool, I'm from California, you feel me? I don't know what y'all call it, like the stool, DC kind of like New York like DC, Philly, Chicago. They got the apartment building, then you got the steps, the stool, you know what I'm saying? They sitting on the stool, and they look at me, I look at them, and they just got up. When they got up, they walked across the street. That was my first red flag on G-O-D, but I wanted the dog so bad. But I'm like, damn, the way they looked at me, you can already tell that I'm not from over here. I'm not from this area. So the way they looked at me on G-O-D, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So, another red flag being in my ear, but I want the dog so bad. So, I got the money in my wallet. So off the instance, I come from flocking and robbing, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying that's something to be proud of, but when you come from something that's about to happen to you, your instincts kick in, your gut feeling kick in. So when them kids got up and they walked across the street, the first thing I do is I grab my wallet and I put it in my drawers, like right in the front, you feel me? I put my shirt over it on G-O-D, and I keep walking. So as I'm walking up to the building, I look back, I see Dre walking, but he's still far back, you feel me? Probably like 2 blocks back, but I can see him. Got my eyes on him, he locked in, he see me. Now, a lot of buildings in DC are like indoor buildings, you feel me? One way in, one way out, or maybe they got 2 doors on the side, but the indoor buildings, like where the apartments are inside, you gotta walk inside the building to get to the apartment, you feel me? So I walk up the steps. As I walk in, it's a door on the other side, on G-O-D. The first thing I see as I walk in, because I got my phone out and I'm texting, bro, I'm like, hey, I'm coming up the steps, I'm about to be at your apartment. You feel me? The first thing I see, though, as I walk into the building, is somebody standing on the other side at the door, but all I can see is like the shoulder. That was my third red flag. But me being hard-headed and thinking I know everything, you feel me? I ignore it, you know what I'm saying? So I walk up the steps on GOD. As I walk up the steps, I call the number. It don't answer. I'm like, okay, bet he probably already know, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to be at the door, you feel me? So I got my phone in my hand. He told me it was the 3rd floor. So as I'm walking up the steps got windows on each floor, like long windows, you feel me? So I can see outside of the building. So I still see Dre walking. He can see me, I can see him. You feel me? I get up to the 3rd floor. The apartment door number he told me to knock on, I get in front of that door. I knock on the door. Don't nobody answer. You feel me? I turn around, I look through that window again. I can see Dre. He closer. Now, Dre's kind of like a big nigga, you feel me? So he walk a little slow, but I can see him, you know what I'm saying? He can see me, I can see him. I pull my phone out, and I call the number again. It don't answer. That should have been my 4th red flag, you feel me? But I wanted this dog so bad. So when he don't answer, I text the number like, hey, I'm in front of the door. Oh, my Lord. Soon as I say, hey, bro, I'm in front of the door, all I hear is door slam. Doom, doom, doom. Nigga, all I hear next is somebody moving fast. Next thing you know, I turn around, it's a light-skinned nigga with a ski mask with I don't know what type of gun he had, but that motherfucker is right to my motherfucking dome. But I'm on the, like I said, we on the 3rd floor, but he on the step. Like as I turned around, I'm in front of the steps, but I'm on the step, and he's on like the bottom step, you feel me? But he got the gun right to my head on JLD. I put my hands up, I'm like, what? I just wanted a pit bull. He look at me, he like, nigga, shut up. I'm like, all right, you got it. But as I'm looking, because he got his back turned to that window, I can see Dre, you feel me? Now this big nigga running fast on GLD, he but he a big nigga, you know what I'm saying? So as I got my hands up, I'm like, damn, bro, you gonna do me like this? I just wanted a pit bull, bro, y'all gonna do me? He like, shut up. I'm like, Lord, I'm thinking, but you're in my head, I'm thinking, you know, because the one thing about me, you feel me? When a gun to your head, hey, you got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still gonna be me. I'm like, damn, we can't work this out, brother. You feel me? Like, it's that serious on GLD. Tell me to shut up again. I'm like, all right, you got it. So he like, nigga, where the money at? I'm like, what money? You don't know, where's the money at? I'm like, I don't know. Boom, he hit me in my knee. When he hit me in my knee, I fall down. He told me to get on my stomach. I'm like, all right, bro, you got it, you feel me? Now, I remind y'all, before I walked into the building, what did I do? I took my wallet out, and I put it in the front of my pants, you feel me? So he got me laying on my stomach. So I'm laying on my wallet, you feel me? That's what he want, is the money on GLD. So he get the pat in my pockets, snatched my phone on GOD. He like, where the money at? Where the money at? I'm like, man, I left the money in the car, dog. And you know what I'm saying? I wanted to see the dog first before, you feel me? I was going to bring the money. Like, I got the money, but it's in the car. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to see the dog first. He like, fuck. He, boom, hit me upside the head with the pistol. He grabbed my phone. I'm guessing bro on like a time limit, you feel me? He say, fuck again. Then he run down the steps. As he run down the steps on GOD, as he run down the steps, I guess Dre now just getting into the building. So all I hear is, come here, come over here, you feel me? I'm still on the ground. I don't know what the fuck going on GLD, but I can hear Dre. He like, come here, get over here. It sounded like a little scuffle. And then I guess bro broke out, you feel me? And he ran through the back door. So Dre, he running up the steps, he yelling my name. And you know my nickname is Jay, you feel me? But on this day, he yelling my real name. He like, Jamani, I'm still on the ground. I'm laying. I don't know what the fuck going on now on GLD. He get all the way up to where I'm at. I see him, he see me. He like, nigga, get up. I'm like, cuz, what the fuck? He like, man, I fucking told you. I told you this ain't the area. I told you. I'm like, bro, yeah, you right, nigga, but this ain't we ain't finna argue right here. We ain't finna argue right here and right now on GLD, man. Let's get the fuck on, you feel me? So we run back out the building. We run to the car. When we get to the car, he like, he gonna give me a whole lecture, the whole ride home on GOD. I told you. But when I sit back and think about it, Dre, when he was coming up them steps, because I told y'all, like, as I'm standing right there and the nigga got the gun in my head, you feel me? I can see Dre running. And then next thing you know, he hit me in my knee, I fall to the ground, you feel me? So he probably thinking that the nigga done shot me, you know what I'm saying? So when he running up them steps, cause like I said, my nickname Jay, he always called me Jay, but on that day he was Jamani, I could just hear the panic in his voice, you feel me? I'm up there like, oh shit. Like I'm kind of happy though, because at the end of the day, he took my phone, but he didn't take my money. You get what I'm saying? Like I had a little iPhone 4 at the time, you feel me? He got the phone, but he didn't get my money. That was his goal, you get what I'm saying? Well, I ain't say nothing to Dre yet, but boom, we get up out the building, we get to the car, he like, man, I know he got all your motherfucking money. I'm like, no the fuck he did not, on G-O-D. On G-O-D. Nigga, I pulled my wallet out, I said, nigga, I still got my cash. Now he got my motherfucking phone, and don't get me wrong, nigga, I was traumatized, heart beating fast and all that, because in one blink of an eye, my life really can be over. And I don't know if that was bro's first robbery, second robbery, third robbery, I don't know. But I can look that nigga in his eyes and I could just see, because he was y'all like shaking the gun, you feel me? I don't know if it was real or fake. I didn't have an advantage, but I could have, the way I'm standing on the step, the way he on the steps, I could have hit cuz he could have fell back, but all it takes is one shot and it's a wrap. And when a nigga shaking, on GLD, them niggas will shoot you faster than you know. You feel me? But at the end of the day, that was a life lesson when life got to life for me. Because after that, I'm like, man, it could really be over that quick on GOD. So with that being said, that's just, we gonna go over a lot of stories. And y'all gotta walk with me now. Before we could walk, we could continue to fly high, no lie, sit back and enjoy the ride. I'm kind of new to this podcast. I'm kind of new to staying on segment. Not staying on segment, but it's a lot when it comes to doing podcasts, you feel me? And one thing about me, I'm always gonna be authentic. I'm always gonna be me on GOD. I'm still a little nervous right here as I sit in front of the camera. I can't make this shit up. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna be me. And shout out my nigga D-Lo. I'm sipping on the 211, still reserved. Sometimes it calms my nerves, you feel me? So after that, life really got the life in for me. And if you continue to watch the show and more episodes, I'm going to give y'all more stories. We're going to have more sets. But I'm not going to keep y'all too long on this first episode on GOD.